Hello everyone, and welcome to Fleet Sunday Streaming. Today we have Shogun 2, Fall of the Samurai. Yes, indeedy, we are absolutely back once again, plowing our way through 1860s Japan. We've built up a pretty powerful navy on both sides of the continent. We've got a decent navy on this side and a decent navy on the other side, but there is still a lot to do here. Yeah, those Western volunteers, those... Oh, well, they're good at repelling charges, but for long-range combat, the expeditionary force is what's going to have to be used. But what I can do is I can get a cadet school, which will let me have more people. And then from this port, I can recruit foreign mercenaries, which then means I can also get the French as well, because I chose the French military mission. The French mission! Bringing in Le Frogs. Still, I do like the French. I have always liked the French. As you do. I hope everyone's having a good day. I know I absolutely am. Right. So without further ado, let us see if we can... I don't have any trade agreements with them, because I'm going to invade them. I'd much rather have trade with people I'm not going to invade. And even if people don't like me, when you have as many raw materials like I do, for example, things like tea and silk, that people very, 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 very much want, it turns out you're able to cut a lot of trade deals you otherwise would not be able to.
My good friend.
Let me check those. Odwara. They have an ally in Utsumota. I should be able to go to war with them.
Meetings with friends are always a pleasant diversion. What has...
There we go. Right. Okie dokie. So, as predicted, that leads to... So I'm going to go defensive in the north. We can actually afford to move our armies eastward now. Actually, no. I'm going to stay on the defensive there. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to march northwards into Kai province with my southern army. Oh, well, first things first, we'll exempt the province from tax. There we go. And then we will seize that province there. Kai province. It's not heavily defended, and I should be able to, with the 12 pounders in the army, we should be able to quite easily batter our way across the walls. We are at war with a good chunk of eastern Japan, but, well, that was kind of by design. This is going to be a long campaign. But one I expect to win. Ah! Okay. I had expected them to garrison that castle, but apparently not. Apparently they think this is a fight they can win, despite my army being fully westernized. And it's not a fight they can win. I know full well it's not a fight they can win. They can't win this fight. I have 12-pounder cannon. I have cavalry. I have troops with rifled muskets. They have a bunch of, well, politely, feudal samurai. This battle ends only one way. with their defeat and my total victory. So may it always be so. Right. Oh, flipping heck. This is really not ideal. Right, okay. Yeah, this really is not... The ground here is abysmal. You know what? They may have picked the entirely right battlefield for this. Plays to their advantages, reduces mine. Best thing I can do... Right, okay. So there's a good... Okay, so there is... Position our forces in the tree line. There's a good firing plane in front of them, at least, well. So if we can do that, that should be relatively effective. I'll keep my cavalry on the flank. And we'll put our guns... Yeah, we'll put our guns over here. It gives them good sight lines over the battlefield, and we'll defend those guns with our spearmen. It's honestly kind of why I have them. They're there to defend the guns from things like roving cavalry and such. Otherwise, I wouldn't have non-gunpowder weaponry in my formations. So, without further ado, let me shake out my formation into a line of battle, which I can then reasonably easily control. Bring my general up so that I know where he is. And then move off into the engagement. So, as per my doctrine, we're going to move our forces across a fairly wide, as wide a frontage as we can, as rapidly as we can. There we go. Yeah, I may not be able to advance into the line of contact as quickly as I would like. At least the artillery has been able to draw a good bearing, which is good. And then we'll send my other cavalry off to the right. Let's get it moving. At least their artillery is not being affected much by the smoke. Thank heavens. Yeah, let me actually... Oh... Okay, they're trying to come in on us. Not ideal. Yeah, they really aggressively rushed for contact.
effort, cowards!
Urgh.
You're running, sir.
My armies are superior. I shouldn't be losing to a horde of samurai with rifles. Ah. Arrgh. They picked the perfect battlefield and they attacked in the perfect weather. That's to be able to kill one of their generals at least, so that's something. The loss of one of my very valuable 12-pounders is the more annoying thing. Right, okay. It's at this point that discretion is the better part of valor. We'll have these 2 spearmen remain, and we'll let the last 12-pounder retire. In good order. Looks like we'll have to fall back, and we'll adopt a defensive posture at first. Let the enemy come to me. Right, fall back off the field. Cody, I think we did get granked. I think, Cody, you're exactly right. We did get granked. It's a good job those spearmen were there, because it stopped that general's cavalry from trying to reach my 12-pounders. Duh. As long as it holds up the cavalry. My first actual loss of the campaign. I've never known a defeat in this campaign till now. Arrgh! It's incredibly annoying. Oh.
A unit is running from the battlefield, sir.
Damn it. I know we inflicted losses. That annoys me. That really annoys me. Oh my god, that's horrific. We inflicted casualties. Well, now it's autumn. I can't really campaign in their territory. We have to retire. And rebuild the army as best we can. I can reconstitute the lost... Well, did we lose a battery of guns? Yeah, we did. I can reconstitute the lost gun battery fairly easily. And buy some rifle mercenaries to help reconstitute the rest of the army down here, but... the losses. The losses are horrific.
Ready for orders.
Wonder if I could find and kill their navy. That might give me some satisfaction. Redeem some honor. Well, I can at least attack their ports. And burn a few of them. And then shell a town. It all costs them money in the end. Now I'm going to hide that troop in the town, in the thing, and we're going to wait for them to come to me. Because I suspect their armies will come to me. This is not ideal. That was the cream of the army. That was the force that had swept through central Japan. Lost in an instant. Really not ideal. God damn it. Right. I can only hope our enemies are idiotic enough to campaign in winter. If they're not, then I don't know. I need to drastically rebuild that army in the south.
Yes, my lord. Very well.
And position that northern army for campaigning.
Journey completed.
Well, it's a much weakened force than what it was, and well, by just sorting, hopefully that will bring
Movement complete. At your command.
either it'll bring them to battle, being overconfident as they are, or it will lead to their utter destruction. Either way, I win. And autumn is the last season he can realistically campaign. Well, no. The AI does campaign in winter, but it's not advisable as a concept. Okay, we push them back. Fantastic. Now we can return to... Why is everything so off kilter? Yeah, I need to upgrade some of my fortresses, basically. Because right now I can barely keep order in some of them. I can keep order in some of the other ones here. Which is fine. And that'll help me reconstitute my forces in a big way. And I've got yet more rifle mercenaries. And also expand... Actually, you know what I will do is I will very quickly train some levy infantry. Some spear levies, just to tie down and keep garrisoned some of these more rambunctious towns, shall we say. So I can make full use of my realm's wealth.
Laying an ambush, my lord.
Where? Right then. If he runs off, I shall kill him. If he doesn't run, I shall kill him anyway. Marvellous. He chose not to run. I will add that ship to my fleet. We will seize it, add it to the fleet, and use it against its former owners. Hey, I'll not say no to another paddle-wheeled corvette, I'll tell you that much for nothing. What does the chat say, as they say? Yeah, let me have a look. What do the chat say? The chat currently says just Cody. Cody says getting ambushed in 4. The samurai is worse than in the Warring States era. Well, yes. It tends to end very quickly, Cody. What with, you know, gunpowder and all. Right, so here's how this works. Because the 6-gun Nagaoka has a large crew. Okay, boys. One of you to either side. He has to pick one of you to shoot at. And whichever one he picks. There we go. Keep it moving. Not very heavily armed, but tanky with decent crew numbers. Basically, they're the ideal vessel you want for a boarding action. Because ideally, I wish to board. Oh, Cody cheered 1,000 bits! Thank you very much, Cody88. Having armor on makes it easier to survive. Well, yes, it does. And of course, you know, massed ranks of rifled muskets, or in some cases even breech-loading percussion cap rifles. Or, if you're really unlucky, the poor sod comes out with Gatling guns. And at that point, you've really had it. Thank you, seriously, thank you for 1,000 bits. Do you want to know the funny thing? Those are the first bits I have ever had on this channel. I'm not kidding. So, that is amazing. Thank you very much. You're very generous. Right. Yeah, so he's picked... Okay. So he has picked Kai 10, which is not surprising. Oh, there we go.
I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
Not too surprising. Some hits, but nothing too strenuous. Second salvo. Okay, so as per usual, your orders... Okay. There we go. Is she moving astern? Bully, gifted you some bits when you started the channel with Steam up. Oh yes, I remember. You did as well. Well, either way, thank you very much. Not gonna say no to stuff keeping the old boiler room alive. Right, yeah, okay, now the other Kaiten is moving. No good hits as of yet. I need him to turn around and into the waiting arms of the Kankamaru. I mean, I'm fairly confident of victory. Fighting battles under steam and steel under steam is kind of very good at it. Come on, reload, damn you, reload. Right, okay. I'll have him this time. And on the up roll... No, on the up roll, fire! How much damage did that do? Not enough. Okay, hopefully... Okay, if I steer in... At full speed... Oh, that was a good hit. That was a very good hit. Right, bring us around to starboard. Give me half speed. On a paddler, that's something very good indeed. Yep, Kankamaru's coming up. And because these are ships of later wooden era ships, they're not really vulnerable to being raked. Come on, turn, 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 turn. Present starboard battery. Fire. Good shots, good shots, good shots. Right. Gotcha. Have it. Oh, are they abandoning ship, or is that just part of the ship's hull coming away? Not entirely sure. Can't tell if she's sinking or not. Bloody hell, this thing is slow. Good lord, man. Come on, hurry up. Do they have those wheel paddles? Well, all paddles are wheeled. They're all wheeled paddles. Oh, bloody hell, we missed all the rounds we fired there. Actually, swing it around to port. Your orders are swing it around to port. She's trying to make a break for it. The bloody slow kangaroo isn't going to catch up in time. Oh, hello. Oh, and here comes Clark with a raiding party, and he's just in time for the naval battle. He's just in time for actions at sea. Nice to have you here. Oh, do you mean weak paddles? Oh, no, the paddles are okay. And Dr. Clark has brought in a raiding party of 13. We're now up to 8 viewers. It's nice to have you all here. Welcome to Fleet Sunday Streaming. Hope you are all having as fantastic a Sunday as I am. So yeah, so we're engaged in naval combat, and I'm trying to close this ship down with the much larger, well, Kankin while the Kai-10 tries to maneuver for a boarding action. Because if I can seize that enemy Kai-10, then that means that, well, it's gonna become ours. And they will have lost a ship, and we will have gained a ship. But of course, you know, prize money! Oh my lord, there's 18 of you now. My goodness, there are 18 people watching me bang away with the paddle steamers. Come on, boys. Give it the business. Load the guns. Come on. Give it the old 9 yards. Load faster. Okay, her morale just shattered. That's pretty good. Come on, come on. Come on, Shimizumi Norisaki. Come on, I believe in you. I believe in you. Come on. I do absolutely believe. Is that Kai-10 overrunning its engines? It's got to be to be moving that quick. So for those of you who have just joined us, welcome, welcome. I hope the rest of you will stay. Please do make yourselves known in chat. Cody is here happily chatting away as we fall off the samurai our way to victory. And I am desperately trying to avoid that ship running away. If that doesn't stop her, I don't know what will. Oh, I think we're about to have a bit of a collision here. Oh, she's running. Or does that mean she's surrendered? Hello, Ruinon. Nice to see you. Welcome to Fleet Sunday Streaming, as per usual. Now, I hope she surrendered. If she surrendered, that means I can add her to the fleet. And that will be very handy. Very, very handy indeed. But also, yeah, Ruinon is here. It's nice to have her here, as usual. Always very, very happy to have Ruinon here. But yeah, we have achieved a great victory for the clan. Nagaoka, I think? That's our clan name? Nagaoka? I'm not sure. Yes. Oh, we didn't capture it. Dang it. It ran. It managed to run. Well, I'm not standing for that. Where are you? Yeah, come back here. Yeah, you are becoming part of my fleet. No, you don't get a say in this. I'm literally just going to order Kai-10 to go straight in for the boarding action. So, Fleet of Oceans, how many enemy generals have you killed with naval gunfire? Funnily enough, most of the battles I've been fighting in this campaign, Cody, have actually been away from the shore. I've not actually used naval gunfire support yet in this campaign. So, no, not rain. Not fog. Perfect. Yeah, so unfortunately I've not killed any generals with gunfire, sadly. But right. Okay, board that ship. Nope. Now, she's down. She's heavily battered. She's down to barely half her guns. And she is pathetically low on crew. So, in all honesty, she's... you... you love it when you do. Oh, yeah, catching enemy generals with gunfire can be nice, but you've got to get it right, unfortunately. And it can be a little bit flawed if you don't get it right. Right, okay, so here come our ships. If Kai-10 can weather the first volley, I've no doubt she can get in and deliver the final blows that are needed to bring this ship into the fleet. Come on, Kai-10, power on through. And remember, she's not an early wooden ship. She's not vulnerable to raking fire. So, bear that in mind. So this is actually a perfectly reasonable way for her to approach like this. Especially since giving fire to the enemy Kai-10 would probably result in damage to that vessel that would probably not... would make a boarding action perhaps unreasonable, shall we say. But it's too late now. If she doesn't run now, she's gonna be boarded. Yep, here she comes. Yep, here she comes. Putting a few shells in before the boarding action commences. Very close pass there.
I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
And then I believe she's hooking around to the left. Yep, think she is. Ronan, how much longer do you plan to stream? I may have a cunning plan. I am planning to stream until about 7-ish, so 2 hours roughly. Cody says she's not as vulnerable. Yes, no. All wooden ships are vulnerable to well, luckily we're all still running around with solid shot. If we were firing HE, both ships would be going up in a cascade of explosions right now. Probably a boiler explosion. Come on, close the range down, go get her. Okay, here comes the Kankimaru. Which side does she have 3 guns and which side does she have 2? Oh. Okay, did she surrender while we were boarding her? Ruinon cackles cacklingly. You know, I'd really appreciate if you were a little bit less cryptic. Cryptic doesn't tell me anything. I can't deal with cryptic. Tells me sweet bugger all. Yes, please be generous, folks, if you can. Oh, really? Really? Oh, never mind, they scuttled it. Well, that's annoying. And now we basically have to go back to our own harbours for repairs. Right. That does it. I'm gonna commission an actual steam frigate. I'm not messing around anymore. So that's refreshing that. Taxation is under control there. And again, they've come back into this province. Well, we can't have that, can we? Right. Did I bulk up this division? I did not. So there's a Shogunate loyalist. We don't really want them. Yeah, let's see if we can't take that province very quickly. Oh, yeah, we need to exempt this from tax, because otherwise it'll rebel, and we don't want it to rebel. Ruinon says, I'm going to attempt to get rosaries, return, boot up my own streams, there's an unbroken chain of streams, better Dr. Clock's for streams. Better Dr. Clock's first and second stream. Cody says also, you deal with Hosh. That thing is cryptic in everything. It's really not. Right, so we're laying an ambush up here. Can we take any more troops into our forces? Oh, we could get Prussian advisors. Oh, they act as generals. They do! Okay. So you could buy Prussian advisors. Okay. Yeah, we probably... If I can get 3 more units of musketmen, that'd be grand for my northern army that's going to go on the offensive. Probably want to seize Uzen, and then basically march my way southward. In essence. So, yeah, seize Uzen, seize Fukushima, then basically do that, and then I'll have to bulk up my army in the south for offensive operations in the south.
Yes, my lord.
It's annoying, but it's kind of what has to be done. So we're doing administrative training, which is good. Then we probably want suppressment and seclusion. Actually, no. I'm actually going to change. I'm going to go for censorship because it just massively it gives a bonus to repression, which will keep my taxation flowing. Says Runon says Hosh is very straightforward, horrendous in all aspects. And Cody says the cryptic part is how people don't go insane looking at it. Well, come on now, lads. It's not as bad as all that. Good lord, you're making it sound like a memetic hazard. Oh, it better not. Okay, yeah, I have to catch that army before it hits the town of North Shinano. Very, very much so. Can I catch it? Hang on. Hang on. If I leave the artillery behind, can I catch it? No. Okay. Right. Okay. So what can I recruit to train there? This is not ideal. Right. Well. What I can do is I can start upgrading some of my castles to fortresses. And I basically, yeah, I need to basically pursue that army with a view to breaking whatever siege they start later. And we have our French military district. Excellent. So save up for getting Le Auchon. An excellent central battery ironclad. Runon says, Cody. No, Cody, that's the cryptid part. Oh, come. Lads, honestly, come on now. Right. Now, this is the problem. Okay, there come two... Please don't attempt to take the castle by siege. They're going to attempt to take the castle by siege. Okay, so we have to defend this castle. And Cody says, "Oh, the mind flayer that lives in Hoshu's cabin." No, it's H-O-C-H-E, not H-O-S-H-E. Oh, you're kidding me. Does this castle not have complete walls? You've got to be joking. This is really not ideal. Really, really, really not ideal. Right. Okay, no, it has... Okay, so it has complete walls. Right. Okay, so... one battery... so, one unit over there. One unit over there, and then one... Actually, yes, no, I'll have sort of the line infantry in the center, able to go to either wall. The levies on either, bit, so they can provide outward and relieve fire. We'll have the cannon, one set of cannon there, one set of cannon there, and then what I will do is we will have two groups of spears either side of the main fortress that can move to reinforce the walls. Okay, so they are in fact coming from there. So we will move our line infantry over to there. And we just don't need these levy infantry down here, so we'll move them over here as quickly as we can. Move it, move it, move it. They're going off. And let's see, can we get the big fort cannon battery firing on anything? No, we cannot. We cannot, sadly, get the fort's cannon battery to fire, which is a bit annoying. Never mind. Gunfire has been launched. Fleet of Oceans, this is an easy defense. It might be, but I never like to hedge. I much prefer consistency to, I mean, hey, I said it was an easy attack, didn't I? And then I got my army routed, didn't I? So I'm not making that mistake again. Come on, hurry the heck up. Come on, lads, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Don't mess around. Okay, right, so then I will move... Yep, one unit of spears behind them. Because they are very clearly going to come up the walls. Like that. Yeah, there we go. So you can move it. And then the other unit of spears behind them. And then that should multi-layer the walls. And then I can keep 2 units of spearmen in reserve to defend. And that should be absolutely fine. Perfect. That's it, lads. There you go. Hit him in the old. Hit him with the old 9 and 10. Hit him with the old 5 and 4. That's it, boys. You gotta give it to him. No, it's not a skill issue. It's called being prudent, especially in the defense. Oh. They think they can come over the walls, do they? Well, allow me to dissuade them of that notion. I knew there was a reason I put this cannon battery here. Oh. Kill them! Right, throw in... Yeah, throw in spears. Throw them in. Yeah, pull the... That's it. This is not going that well.
General is under attack.
Can rounds. I do have canister shot, but I'm not going to use it right now. It's all a general melee. I'm saving it. Right. Let's see. Can we get the? Oh, no, I can't. No, I can't withdraw the garrison infantry because that is currently. Seeing off the last assault on the left. What I can do though is I can throw in another unit of spear levy from being behind that garrison infantry into the general melee that is developing at the end. Hello, what is this? That was a whimsical sound, which means only one thing. Jam Nasuka has followed. Thank you, Jam Nasuka, for the follow. Hope you're enjoying what you're seeing, and hope you'll stick around and come on down future streams. Big things are coming. New computer at the end of the week. And with that will come the potential for more streams, more games, and a lot of other things besides. So please stick around for that. Yeah, this is just a general melee here in the center. That's what it is. It's just turned into a nasty snag of a melee. Yeah, I'm just going to keep my bow tower just picking off those bow catchy. And I'm going to tell my wooden cannon to do the same. I can't fire my big 20-pounders, sorry, 24-pounders I should say, because, well, you know. Giant general melee happening here. Where is my other unit, or all my units, or all of my spear levy are engaged? Okay, so they have broken the cavalry. Once that saber cavalry is dealt with, I will be free to... Oh, you've got to be having a monkeys. For God's sake. Right, man the walls. Again. Once we've dealt with that saber cav, we can then position ourselves in front of the behind front of the fort cannon battery. Yeah, there we go. We'll kill these two generals, and that will also demoralize them. Because they have to dismount in front of musketry, and that is just going to lead to their death. There we go. And if they break... Hold fire, boys, for God's sake. Don't shoot your comrades. Okay, so we have now broken that. So let's move our line infantry into... Oh, no, we haven't. Damn it. Okay, they should be able to be held at the walls. That's fine, that's fine. Did we finally get through a new computer? Apparently so. Apparently so, yes. This is apparently a thing that occurred. Oh, hang on. Okay. Okay, line infantry, turn and engage. Right into the heart of the enemy, that's it. Avoid friendlies, just shoot right into the heart of the enemy. Our brave spear levies are giving their lives so that... You've got to be shitting me. Kneel, fire! Okay, that broke some of them. Good lord, that was right down to the wire. That was absolutely right down to the wire. Yeah, they're outnumbered. They can't win that engagement. They're gonna come through the gates. I don't know. Are you? Nope, they're gonna climb the walls. So, yep, clear out that unit of levies. Clear the sights for the musket for the rifles. That's it, lads. Beautiful, boys, beautiful. That's done it. That's done it. At horrific cost to ourselves, but that's done it. Yep, so I'll be going down to Dr. Clark's, Cody, on this weekend, this coming weekend. So that'll be going down on Friday. So that will be, yep, looking forward to that. So there will be, yeah, so just remember, right at next weekend, there will be no Fleet Sunday streaming, nor will there be a Fleet's catch-up ramblings. So we lost a lot of stuff doing it, but we pretty much gutted the army in front of our walls. Basically making it exceptionally easy prey. Yeah. Okay, so I sent in a ship. Yeah, no, that is not a fight we can win. That is... If my ships were intact, I'd consider it. But they're not. Okay, so we need to upgrade anything that isn't a fortress into a castle. Yeah, so you're becoming a fortress. You're a fortress. You're a fortress. Okay, that's all very good. I don't think anything else needs to be a fortress. No, so this was the last one in the list of upgrades that needed doing. Yeah, he's just been pushed back from a horrific offensive. I'm just... Honestly, this is just an auto-resolve. Just crush it. What entered my lands is now destroyed. And brutally effectively. Nice. There we go. Right, so the next thing to do is we will go into Kai province and seize that. Whilst, you know, I'm doing this whole little shenanigan around the world, around the world, around the world. I may as well. We'll also train up another unit of those, and then we'll bring... okay, no, we're not gonna go into Kai province. What we're going to do is we're also going to repair... So the fortress is being... Okay, yeah, this fortress is being upgraded, that's good. And then we can do the tea plantation as well. And then what we will do is we will wait on the border of Kai province in ambush position, and that means we will wait for... Basically, for it not to be horrific weather. Because right now it is horrific weather. Not yet. Yeah, like I said, Ronan, I've said, yeah, it's yeah, cute, yeah. Fleet, you don't pay attention to the chat. Ronan, do you listen to what I'm saying? Haha, double-edged sword. Haha, you weren't expecting that. Haha. The naval campaign's heating up, and really before I want it to. And it's aggressively downstream from where I am in terms of availability. Right, I need to bring my fleets into harbour. Repairs need to be conducted and new assets brought into the fleet. What is that? That's just a Kai-10, isn't it? As battered as our ships are, I need to dislodge this Kai-10. No, sorry, this is not even a Kai-10, it's a screw corvette. Right, that makes it even easier. So the objective here is simply to drive off the enemy. It's the whole plan. That's what we're here for.
Prepare to attack, sir.
Right. I'm going to order the massive paddler to close as quickly as it can. Slow lumbering apeth that it is. Can I... Okay, it's staying reasonably focused on the Kai-10. This is good. That gives the and we'll swing in a wide arc. Right, okay, battle is joined. And now we're going to take that ship under fire from 2 angles. Engage rapid reloading. There we go, that's the way. And then turn inside so that we get the ability to use other guns. Same thing with this ship, turn around. Because that really does matter. Yeah, drop us to slow ahead, just bring that rudder around while his guns are distracted, shooting at the far larger target. Turn, 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 turn. Okay, go full ahead. Oh, that was a good salvo. That was a very, very good salvo. There we go. Gunnery is proving to be a little bit off kilter today, but acceptable levels of off kilter. Drop anchor right in front of him. What's he going to do? I mean, what can he do? His options are stay there or move. While the Kanko Maru closes him down. I mean, the correct decision would be to turn to bring both his batteries to bear, one on each side. Doesn't seem to be making that call, though. Okay, that did some real damage there. Yeah, she's... Yeah, really not in a good way. In fact, I think she might be sinking. Yeah, that Corvette is really not... Yeah, that screw Corvette's really not in a good way. Yep, she's sinking. Yep, she's going under. Yep, she's going under. Yep, there we go. She's down. Yep, there we go. She's going submarine status. Down with all hands. Good lord, look at that. That is properly a submarine status. Good lord. It's like watching a U-boat go down. I didn't know the enemy had submarines yet. Well, we actually suffered no damage in that engagement and regained access to our ports. I've decided I'm going to get rid of the Kangaroo. She's not really that useful in the modern navy I'm going to try to build. 2 additional Kaimaru screw corvettes will be, however. And another Kai-10 for good measure to create two ship squadrons. The effect of modernish guns on wooden hulls. Yeah, it is, but it's also the way the ship was handled. It was bracketed from 2 sides. It was basically always going to go that way. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. That's the last stage of that army coming to reinforce this one. So just dash out and get that. There we go, fantastic. And then next year's campaigning season, I will be ready to resume my operations. And now I need to go and get rid of that raiding vessel, but until I get new assets, I'm not really going to be able to go and deal with that. Unfortunately. But yeah, the naval... It's such a pity. We were actually denied the Fall of the Samurai you were supposed to get. Navally we were supposed to get. You were supposed to start with ships bought from... Like, building building a warship for a clan was supposed to be a big investment. And there was supposed to be, well, like an arms race in miniature almost, from wood sailing to wood steam to wood iron. Of course, unfortunately, that wasn't really possible because the, well, the way the game's set up. Sadly. Right. Oh, excellent. I can requisition something from the French. Lovely. See if I can borrow the French Central Battery Ironclad Ocean, which is technically the most powerful ironclad in the game. Yes, Warrior is in the game, but Warrior is... Oh, okay. Turns out I was right to suspect they would be coming through. I didn't think they'd be suicidal enough to come through in winter. But luckily, this rather dangerous force... Yes, but there are also... Yeah, so it's helpful for that. I just wish for the samurai had had much detail put into its naval combat as it did into its ground combat. I mean, the naval combat's not bad, but it's so much less than what we could have got. We're supposed to have like ships with rotating turrets and everything, and like the Ocean was supposed to be the most powerful ironclad in the game, with barbette mounts. Yeah, so what we'll do is we will have all of the... Yeah, that covers everything. Yeah, do that. And then what we'll do is deploy the guns behind so they can shoot into the formation. And then the final thing will be down from on high. We will bring all of the spears of our clan crashing down on them. And just in case they try to flee forward, we'll have our very, very nice lads over there. Oh dear, you appear to have been ambushed. Whatever will you do? Yeah, the response of their cavalry is honourable, but unfortunately somewhat foolish. Okay, that massive cavalry attack. Oh my lord, that massive cavalry attack might have actually saved their army here. Well, perhaps not saved. From what I'm seeing, while certain troops of ours have rapid volley, men. Shoot. Shoot the cavalry. Shoot the cavalry! Oh, bloody hell. Fucking stop going for the guns, you brain-dead AI! Just shoot! Oh, for God's sake, this is stupid! So it turns out, apparently, that the game decided that they didn't just, you know, die instantly when shot at. Because apparently their cavalry are resistant to bullets. Yep. So that's all of... Yeah, I'm just going to order the general to retreat. Yeah, all units that can retreat. Break and run if you can. Yeah, this should have been their end if it wasn't that stupid mass cavalry charge they did. I know they're going for the guns. I see they're going for the guns. I can't do anything about them going for the bloody guns. The fact they didn't die instantly is stupid. The cavalry should have been cut down by the first wave of musket fire. These are obsolete units. They're samurai with armor. They should not be this effective.
The end draws near, sir, and the men have lost hope.
Urgh.
Your men are routing, sir.
Still. Hopefully, the losses they sustained will force them to retire. And my general escaped to have a new army reconstituted around him, so that's something. That was embarrassing. Well, he's taking attrition, so that's something. Right, I'm going to retire to the castle town to try and reinforce ourselves and replace losses. And also pick up 2 new Napoleon 12-pounders. Right. Okay. Right, I'm going to send my frigate out to clear the sea lanes. Oh, no, they're not at war. There we go. No, not you. Right. Okay, research is 4 days away for censorship. We're doing okay. And how about we do for trade? Producing, importing. Beautiful. And our clan management, how are we doing? No, I'm alright. Provinces own 6. Decent treasury. Excellent. No, we're not going to change our allegiance just yet. You want a small bit of advice? I mean, you can do. Don't know whether or not I'll take it, but I will happily take a small bit of advice. Right, okay. So that's fine. Well, then again, they were levy infantry with muskets, not rifles, so there is that little hiccup. I also didn't have as many of them as I would like, and I wasn't able to get them with an enfilade fire from both sides. Yes. Excellent. Actually, that is really good. I can actually get a new army around this general. So, 2 10-pounder Parrot rifles. 2 units of French sabres. And then we'll start recruiting a lot of infantry. Specifically, French Marines with breech-loading rifles. And this is a force I will use to sally into their territory and crush them. Hopefully. Whether or not I succeed, I don't know, but hopefully I should. And we'll have to see if they're suicidal enough to move on to an attempt a castle siege. You would hope not. Yes, we will abolish swords. No men should carry swords unless they're in the army. This battle won't take too long, and it will reopen trade with our valued ally, which is good. But yes, Cody, I'm happy for the advice. Please do advise me at your leisure, I guess. Do 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 do. Try. Excellent. To be fair, this will be fairly straightforward. This ship is the most powerful wooden warship you can actually operate. It's a proper full-on wooden frigate.
Today, sir, we attack.
Yeah, this is not going to go as well for them as they think. That's not even the ship's full broadside. That is, though. In a straight gunfight, which this is, I have literally every advantage. Neither of us have explosive shells, which means that in a battle like this, I basically win. Okay, I see that advice you've given me, Cody. I will bear that in mind in future. Yeah, the poor old Matsumene Norihiro aboard the wooden corvette, aboard a Kasuga-class wooden corvette. Yeah, really not having what could be described as a good time. I can basically continually close down at my leisure. Go. That was a very good hit. That was some good rifle fire from our crew here. Right. Let's turn inside him. That was a disappointing volley they fired there. Bring the ship around. Basically, I'm presenting my engaged side. That's it. Die. Yeah, that killed him. I'm fairly certain that killed him. Oh, and if the previous salvo didn't do it, that one certainly did. Right, now is the time to go in for a boarding action. Let's try and seize that ship if we can. Come on, lads. Close them down. Close them down, boys. That's it. Come on. Oh, a grappling hook has gone out. Okay, now the two ships are being brought together. Come on, close the range. Excellent. Ah. Can't seem to get a boarding party aboard those ships. It's 3 times I've tried and 3 times I've failed. Can't seem to get a boarding party aboard those enemy ships. It's a damned shame as well. Really would like to. And that last part of the engagement cost us, I think, more than I would like. Here comes a... Oh, he's going to regret doing that. Right, okay, so we're going to return the frigate home. To the port from which it was ordered, on which another ship of the same class is also being ordered. You blew up my farms, you son of a bitch. There's basically a lot of naval action right now because, well, politely, have you ever heard of the boilers? I only do that when I'm on the approach. Never when I'm in action. I overheat the boilers to close the enemy, but doing it at any other point apart from that is always a recipe for disaster. Right, okay. There we go. So now we've got 2 nice nippy screw... we've got 2 nice nippy screw corvettes to go in as a gun line. Nice and quickly. That's it, lads. Hurry up. Come on, move faster. Yeah, this guy 10's got a few options, but none of them are really good. There we go. Steady on, lads. Go straight. we go.
I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
Right, and shoot. Ah, no really good hits there. Annoying, but understandable. Okay, oh, yep, she's gonna try and turn and engage the two little corvettes now. Bring it around, boys, bring it around, nice and easy. Prepare to engage the enemy admiral's flagship, while Kai-10 moves in to try and board. Her part as part of the gun line is over. It's now time for the wooden corvettes to have their say in the action. Not really that good of a showing to start with, but hey ho. It's alright. Kanemaru's taking a finer line to keep her position in the line of battle. There we go, that's it. Prepare to open fire again. There we go. The other corvette now has the monster in range and is opening up. There we go. And then the other Kai-10 is coming up behind. There we go. That's it, lads. Keep hitting them. We're trying to cut her off so the other Kai-10 can catch and board her. She doesn't get to range this close to my coastline without getting some form of rebuttal. They'll just stop her dead. Oh, come on, that has to be a win. Surely, that has to be a, you are now part of my little empire. Like, there's no way they can... There's no way they can walk away from that and go, yeah, no, we're gonna steam away, and you know that's gonna be that. No, of course not. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. There's no way. There's no way you can walk away from that and be like, yes, haha, we are still an independent ship of another clan. There's no way that works. No way. Jose! Apparently, though, yes. Yes, they can. Just nope, out of there. Well, we won the battle for relatively few losses. The enemy is within our lands. We're slowly... Wait, what? Hang on. What happened to the... What happened to the losses I sustained? The heck? Um, wait, the ambush worked? Okay, I guess we go and hit him in the face with a sledgehammer, I suppose. Ooh. Yep. Let's keep the war going, and once it gets to springtime, we can go on the offensive. And seize various key and... I mean, I admire the man's bravery, but not much more than that. This attack is stupid. Why has he done it? Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. Ah, well, down to 4 viewers, but hopefully the 4 of you are enjoying yourselves. Okay, so... Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Oh my lord. Well, that cavalry attack didn't go as well as the last time they tried it. They managed to snare some of my line infantry, but not nearly as much as they would have liked. So it turns out my plan to use the levy infantry as bait for their very valuable spear cavalry worked very, very well indeed. And we fundamentally broke that formation. Oh, are they actively charging into spear formation? You would really hope not. Yep. Yeah, that was really not a smart idea on their part. That general's gonna die. And this advancing mass of troops is basically now vulnerable to, Okay, so they are not routed yet, but they're about to be, so now it's the time for the plan B. So, tighten the line. Yeah. Okay, so trap has been set. And sprung. Please attack uphill into a line of prepared spears. This can only go well for you. Long story short, it did not go well for them. In any way. Okay, using that part of the line as a spin, let's pivot. Keep the spears close behind. There we go. They had some success, but in the end, it didn't matter. And just throw more of our spears into that central melee. There we go. And now we're just surrounding that entire force. Admittedly, the guys with the katanas have a better chance in close-range combat than the guys with the spears. But it's not as close a matchup as you would think. And, of course, you know, there's also the fact that I'm not really in any danger. I can pivot the infantry behind me to deal with that particular nonsense. In fact, I can bring in the general revolver cavalry to... Actually, no, I don't even need to do that. I can just charge down the hill with the rest of the Yari attendants. Oh, yeah. You know what? Some revolver fire just for the heck of it. Let the general actually do some shooting.
Sir, your general is under attack.
Pew 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 pew. And then there come the rest of the line, and bang! There we go. Job done. Success. Nice. Not perfect. It wasn't as clean as I would have liked, but it's better than, well... As soon as I saw the battle, I knew exactly how the outcome would proceed. And I was down on the money. Oh, beautiful. And it's spring.
Yes, my lord. Is that all, my lord?
Which means I will now be able to go on the offensive. I'm going to fortify my western towns now, turning them into castles. But the army in the south can now go on the offensive, marching into Sagami province. Actually, no. We'll take Izu with its gold mines. That is a very good idea indeed. I just want to check on this. So Goldfield, place of deposits, and you go for a mint. Or you go for an ore processing plant. A mint. No, we're gonna change that. We're gonna turn the mint into a proper modern establishment. Right, send out. Yeah, right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna send out the fleet, and we're gonna catch and kill that ship. Well, either catch and kill or catch and catch. Basically, these ships are going to be brought into our navy. I'm gonna capture a ship, or if it kills me. Come on. Right.
Prepare to attack.
There you go. Full steam ahead. We'll charge in and we will bring this ship into our navy. So that it can't slink off and go and do anything else. Yep, it sees the two Kaitens coming. Like, POV, you see your doom approaching. I think they missed all of their shells there. Which is a little bit obtuse, but hey-ho, doesn't really matter. As long as we're able to actually board her. Which is the main objective here. I am going to board this ship. So she's got a hook. She's not trying to move yet. Then we've got another corvette coming in. Another Kaiten. You are gonna be brought into the navy, whether you like it or not. Please stop trying to resist. No, I'm gonna run down the routed enemy. I want to board and capture this ship. Oh, for the love of Mike. Now you've done it. She's filling up with water. Come on. Come on, get aboard. Come on. Close the line and board her. Come on. Border. Come on, do it. You know, this whole thing about boarding looks less like boarding and more like... I don't know what to say. Come on! What does it take to get you to board this ship? For the love of God. I just got frustrated. That's annoying. That's really, really, really annoying. Oh, we did actually manage to capture it. Huzzah!
Ready for order. Setting sail, sir.
Excellent. And now we can make our advance up the coast in the north. And send out the ironclad ocean to clear out any stragglers or strongholds. Oh, hello. Hi there. How you doing? Oh, this is going to be fun. I mean, it's going to be kicking puppies, but still fun. Also, the captain of the ship is Gascon Poindexter. Good lord. Gascon Poindexter. Oy. Honestly, you couldn't make a name like that up, could you? Oh! Oh, my phone's died. Oh, that's a shame. I can't reach out on my phone anymore, so my responsiveness might drop off a tad. But I'm going to try my best to keep up the responsive level we've had through this stream so far. Not rain. Not rain. Perfect. So before we start this particular engagement, let me just see what everyone is saying on the interwebs. Ruinon says, quote, so Cody says don't bother, Ruinon says less like boarding and more like boring, and Ruinon says then plug it in. Yeah, but my charger's away and I don't want to leave the stream for like 5 minutes, and also my computer kind of doesn't like it. Pity I can't do ramming, even though she's equipped with a ram bow. Please. Oh, hello. Those are not part of the normal, She has machine guns now? Okay. That is pretty cool. That is not part of her normal armament fit. Those are Maxim guns. Alright. That poor old Kaiten's like, he has no idea what's about to hit him. None at all. Wait, those aren't... Wait, those are Hotchkiss automatics. They're not machine guns. Oh my god. Good lord. Oh my god. Oh my god, that was brutal. Yeah, yeah, that kind of, that sorted that out, didn't it? That wasn't a war crime, that was just pulling up on this man's location and just denying his right to exist. So that port's been attacked, and then up the coast we go. Oh, look! Oh, wait, oh, no, wait, that's... There we go. Oh, lovely. More ships to kill. Hello! I'm just sweeping the seas. Gascon Poindexter is on a one-man mission to obliterate the enemy navies. This man has zero chill. Then again, he's in a Western Ironclad. What were you expecting? And away we go.
Prepare to attack, sir.
Same things before. Close the range, pull up, and just send that man to meet the maker. Jansuka asks, oh yeah, you followed, didn't you? He says, oh, the humanity. Well, yes. Yes, indeed. Glorious piece of French naval engineering. Oh, beautiful, isn't she? Pity I don't have ramming research, so I can't make use of that ram bow. But believe me, I plan to. She's also quick. Yes, please, keep shooting me. The effect will be, well... It'll be very painful. For you.
Your general is in terrible danger.
Aww, they keep trying to hurt me. That's adorable, please.
Your orders, sir.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Keep closing, keep closing. Hey there, good buddy. Yeah, you're about to have a real significant emotional event here. Hotchkiss automatic cannon. Oh my god! Holy smokes! I do not regret picking the French over the British at all. Oh my god! Automatic cannon! Hotchkiss automatic cannon! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, that is insane! That is insane! That is actually mad! Oh my god! I thought they were machine guns, but they are not machine guns. Those were absolutely not machine guns. Oh my god, that was insane. That was mad. That was actually mad. Just casually swept up Japan's west coast, nobbling ships left and right. Oh my god, that's mad. That was actually mad. Yes, 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 you can be exempt from taxes. Just don't get your knickers in a twist.
Your orders, my lord.
And then... Yep, more units of volunteers for that army. Perfect, because then that will go down south into there. I'm not sure I'm confident in this army's ability to take... If I take that province, that cuts that out of the line of advance, meaning I need to advance in 3 places, which is good. Now we'll wait until we're fully replenished, then we'll move into that province. In fact, to be fair, I think there should be units coming to me. Never mind. Okay, so... Right, so, let me just check chat before we go to the next turn. What does the chat say? Cody says, I'll be sure that captain isn't an orc. He has all the DACA, Cody says. Says, well, they were. They were just really large boar. Oh, dear. Also, I've noticed that people are engaging in the crab rave. Nice to see the crab rave appearing. Thank you, Cody, for a bit of the old raving crabs there. Beautiful. Happy times are here again. Let's go next turn. This force is more configured for a siege than it is anything else. Who declared war on me? Where are you? I don't know. Okay, so what did we research there? So we researched... Okay, we got censorship. Not surveillance. I think I should probably get... yeah, I want to get... Let's get copper and iron plating. Actually, no, get ramming, because ramming means I can then use the ram on my giant, funny French ironclad. And use it vigorously to blow things up.
At your service. My sword for you, my lord.
Which will never not be amusing to me. Can I get more expeditions? Yes, I absolutely can. Get another 3 of them. Beautiful, fantastic. Everything else is doing all right. We are sieging out that city. That is fine, fine, fine and dandy. Oh my lord, the length of that railway network now. Would you look at that? How much of a railway network we now have. Including a tunnel! So who actually attacked us? Again, was it you? Yes, it was you. So you're now going to have to fight the massive Obama clan, and I wish you luck. Well, no, I don't. You're going to get your teeth kicked in with aggressive force. This is unsurprising. And I'm going to shell Ugo again with my massive big French guns. 7.6s, I think, on the oceans. Not entirely sure, though. Right, so onwards we go. To the castle town of Uzen. We will take it, and then we'll take Ugo as well.
Ready for orders.
We have plenty of units to do this. Right, so let's keep the fun train going. I'll be ready to launch offensives in numerous directions very soon. Okay, they have... Oh, alright. They're going to try and catch us in a pincer between two armies. I would call them clever, but... No, actually, I wouldn't. They're going to get their teeth kicked in. Yes, because they have to come over hills to get to me, and I can just sit on my back and go, come and fight me, you traditionalist swines. I think. I'm 99.999% sure that I should be able to do this. Fairly certain. Fairly certain. Right. And where is the enemy force coming from? Because I know the enemy are getting reinforcements, but I don't know where from. I suppose I'll know when the battle starts. Right. So we'll have the... So the rifle mercenaries, do they carry breech-loading rifles, or do they carry muzzle loaders? I think they carry muzzle loaders, but I'm not sure. Hand me... Yeah, so... Let's do a side-by-side comparison, shall we? Right, so you gentlemen have that rifle there, which I think is the same as that rifle. Yes, they are the same rifle. Okay, that's fine. Doesn't particularly matter. The reason they were recruited was because it was what I had on hand at the time. Ergo, what I could actually afford to bring into the field. I'm going to put my Yari attendants to the rear because I have a sneaking suspicion that I am going to get wabberjacked by some poor sod in a handbasket. I really hope I'm wrong here, but I doubt it. Holy shit, I was absolutely 100% correct. Oh, sweet Jesus on a handbasket. That is even more wabberjack than I was expecting. Good gravy. Holy smokes, Batman with a 10-foot pole. We need to move now, and we need to pivot everything in place. Holy smokes, Batman. Turn, never mind, form square. Form square. Everybody form square. Everybody in square. Get in square. Get into square. Get into the squares. Form square and face outwards. Form square to resist cavalry.
Your general is under attack.
Form into square. Yeah, some of our lads didn't get a chance to form square, but most of them did. You know, cavalry charging into square is just not what happens. Cavalry do not charge into square. It's just not what they do. keep doing this to me. I did not expect them to be right in my rear. Not like that.
Ready for orders.
Guys, attack the... Please shoot. Well, that was a fairly pathetic attack there. This is not ideal, but it's going a lot better than I was perhaps expecting. That's it, lads. Constant stream of fire. That's it. Constant stream of fire. Their commitment to the attack is honestly kind of disturbing. Now I'm going to lose the guns again. That's fine, though. It's not a problem. Oh, no, never mind. I'm not. But repositioning under fire was not on my bingo card for today. And also the surprise of that army coming out of the bushwork was not a good idea. Leslie, am I getting ready for my visit to Japan? Not right now. I'm still saving for it, but yes, I'm trying to. I'm practicing the fine art of invading Japan, and Leslie says they do not like it Upham. Well, unfortunately, they don't. And unfortunately, they surprised me with an army in my rear, which was a horrible surprise I was not ready for. Luckily, just about, it seems I've managed to salvage the situation.
My orders, Lord.
Although, only just. Cost me one of my 12-pounder batteries to do it. It was one of the first things that we lost. Look at these rifle mercenaries seem to be able to quite well stand and take and give fire. So I'm actually fairly impressed with these lads. Not too shabby, boys. Not too shabby. Move it forwards. And now my 12-pounders are going to try and silence their guns. This war has proved to be the fairest fight I've had, and I hate fair fights. A lot of casualties. More than I would like. There we go. Keep our general close up to the front to keep the men inspired and fighting. There we go. That's the way. Boom, ding, 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 ding. Shogun 2 has some pretty good music. Are those spearmen going to wheel? Or are they going to do as they... Oh, they got nice outfits. They are... Okay, they are wheeling. Right, okay. Kneel, fire, present and shoot. Present and shoot in your own time. Rifled muskets. Hell of a drug.
You have triumphed over the enemy.
And... Okay, the cannons are broken as well under fire from our 12-pounders. Perfect! Your own Pearl Harbor? Not really. It was a little bit disastrous. It was a little bit hairy at first, but we managed to pull it back. It's a little bit ropey, but we just about managed to pull it back. Ooh, it was a bit of a hairy engagement, though. Losses were equal on both sides. Not really what you want. Especially not for a force maintaining a siege. That's really not good. Right, okay, so we can bring you into sight of the enemy, one of the enemy's cities. And I do actually have the cannon to take this as a opposed fort battle, which is fine. Then we can move on up north, take that territory. Seems like our enemies are fighting a two-front war, whereas we are not. And I am actually confident enough now to march into and attempt to seize Kai. Right, okay, so let's keep everything rolling. And I don't think any... Oh, yes, one of our provinces is exuded from tax owing to... Ah, perfect. Now they can be taxed again. Marvellous. That brings more money into my coffers. Although I should probably look at re-establishing new trade links, given that... you also don't really have many goods that I need. You would be a good trading partner. Fine. Don't trade with me then. Deny yourself a massive and very useful market. Excellent. Let us have more and excellent trade. Trade is good. Trade oils the wheels of commerce. And it makes all of us very, very wealthy. There we go. Sail, and then, okay, our frigate has returned. I think, is the other one still coming down the coast? Yes. Yes, it is. It is coming back to join its compatriot as part of the flag force. Shell! Well, that helped. It's going to drive unrest in that settlement. He's got to be retreating east. There's no way he's going to come back around for another attack. So that's a province away from there. Have the ironclad ocean. Shell that city again. Perfect. Right. and carry on moving things forward. As I prepare yet another army to leave my lands and go elsewhere. I'm basically looking to hoover up a large chunk of eastern Japan, basically. And then basically just roll westward. I'm not fighting for the shogunate. Well, I'm fighting for the shogunate right now. But that's not the end goal here. I'm not fighting for the emperor either. I will install my own daimyo as leader of Japan. The emperor can, obviously remain the emperor. He is obviously divine after all. But he's been misled, and yes, we shall lead Japan forwards. Us and only us. In fact, my daimyo shall be Japan's first prime minister under the emperor. Right. Well, some of our cannon are a little bit off kilter, but it's not so bad. This shouldn't take too long. The artillery will flatten them. Move to the right, please, gentlemen. Yes, you are. You just haven't engaged the other front yet. No, I'm not. My allies are dealing with it, so I'm not technically at war on the other on two fronts. I've got one massive front with my enemies to the east, but in the west, look, they're fighting the Obama clan and another clan. They're going to get their teeth kicked in. It's not going to be a long struggle. I'm just going to obliterate those wooden cannons quickly. Whoa! Well, that flare just nailed some of them. Whee! Naval gunfire! Ooh! That was beautiful. There we go. Now our gunfire's coming in. The power of percussion caps, muzzle-loading rifles, shall win victory. Oh, they think they're actually going to reach my lines. That's adorable. Yeah, that was a unit wiped out to the man. Well, they're still coming. They're still coming, bless them. They're brave, I'll give them that. They've got balls of steel, I'll give them that. But the advantage of this army being the way it is that it was battered by the previous battles, but didn't lose any units. So, once I capture the city that I'm besieging, I can then reconstitute it, as in replenish its losses in that city. And once that's been done, it can then go on to campaign further. There we go. There's the naval artillery coming in on the wooden cannons to the rear. Yeah, they're a massive dense blob that just needs to be blasted away. I summon another naval bombardment.
General is under attack.
That did it. Excellent. Another flawless victory. Hey, I'm doing the work. We are doing the work. The more success we have, the more success we have. I know it sounds a little bit counterproductive, but just roll with me here. Excellent. We shall peacefully occupy that territory. Marvellous. There we go.
All hands on deck. We still have gunners to your positions.
Well, that's gonna wreck that whole area.
Yes.
Yep, and now we will just besiege that, because that's got a fairly sizable garrison. I'd rather fight that on the open field. But this okay, that's a lot more. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of guys there. Yeah, that's a lot of people. No, I'm gonna siege that. I'm gonna force them to come out and fight me on the open field. I'm not dealing with that noise. I ain't dealing with that. Not in open battle, anyway.
Percy Bacon, sir.
Ready for orders.
And then we're just now waiting for. I think there's another parrot gun coming, and then that force will be ready to engage. Just done that, and then we are steadily seizing Izu, which is good. And then we'll be able to construct more stuff very soon. And our frigate is returning from his little adventures up the eastern coast of Japan to form the battle force of Southern Fleet.
Waiting for
Fleeting being, kind of, if you want to think about it that way. Okay, they have sallied forth to attack us. Right. We shall win. I am fairly certain we shall win. 99.99999% sure. This will be an excellent victory for the forces of Clan Nagaoka, I think is how you pronounce it. Right. Because here's how we're going to do this.
ready to defend, sir.
Get it done, boys. Come on. Get it sorted. Oh, hang on. There we go. Okay, there we go. And in and in and in and in and in and kneel fire. It's rain, so we're going to have misfires from wet powder, which is annoying. Well, that took a chunk out of their centre, which is good. And that just gutted it completely. Oh, good lord, that just gutted that cavalry completely.
Your general is under attack.
Okay, and then as per the standing procedure, march into contact. Okay, they've broken, so fall back into line. There we go. That is how we get it done. That's it, keep the gunfire going. Oh, good lord, the gunfire here. Smoothbore muskets are not really the same as the rifles. And I'm gonna have you two hit either end of the line if you would. That would be absolutely grand, because those are the only two things currently holding their whole formation together. So if you'd be oh so kind. That just wiped out the two wings, basically. Okay, right boys, off you go. Charge fiercely. Okay, and then we swing right into the enemy, like that. There we go, the Yari Kachia going in. Go on in, boys, in you go, that's it, take it in. Take it in, that's it, over the rise, they're not going to know what hit them. Oh, they know now. Those absolute poor buggers. I mean, credit for these garrison infantry for standing and fighting, but yeah, that is just a world of pain. That is, that's a paddling. That is in fact a paddling. Do not pass go. Do not collect 200 rubles. That is a paddling. You have been paddled. Accept it. It is fate. Bada bing, bada boom. That is a... This is the first battle of the siege. And oh my lord, what an engagement this is. We're somewhat heavily outnumbered, but we do have a modern army with lots of artillery. And I hope, in theory, that should be enough. Whether or not it will be, I don't actually know. Oh. Right, goodbye, Leslie. Good evening. Oh, and Cody's gone as well. Well, that's fine. This will probably be the last battle of the session then, and if I do things right, it should be a fairly good one. All being well. Oh, perfect ground for my army. About as perfect as you can get. Excuse me. Oh. The temple in their deployment zone. They probably think that means they're going to have good luck. It does not. Oh, hang on. Right. There we go. There we go. And then keep our saber cavalry near the artillery to make sure everything goes mostly okay. Oh! Oh my god! They don't fire explosive rounds, they fire shrapnel! Oh good lord. There's one side of the reinforcements, and there's the other. What do you guys have anyway? Let's have a look. They have... Do they have lever action carbines? Oh, they do! They have... Oh, what they're called. They have, Just letting my guns do what they need to do. Bless them, they're trying. Oh, they think they found a weakness. They think they've found a weakness in the left flank. They think if they send in their cavalry, that will enable them to exploit it. Little do they realize they're not up against just regular infantry. They're up against, well, form square and fire. I'm honestly a little bit disappointed. What the hell?
Sir, I fear your general is in mortal peril, sir.
There you go. That helps. That's drop the hammer down on them, and then we'll have the extra cavalry going in as well to provide yet more impact. These cavalry are fresh. That's really done that. Oh, they really are trying. The hell? There we go. Charge in, boys. That's it. This is really not what you wanted to have happen. And then we just hit the general with more cav. And then I'll do the same thing again. My cavalry is just basically rampaging across the center of the map now, just completely it's basically able to do whatever it likes to whoever it likes. Routing division after division.
Victory is assured, sir.
Okay, so we routed that, so then we'll go and hit the other troops over there, so they have been basically routed, so we'll hit them now. Get me all 3 guns. If you gentlemen could hit that fleeing mass of infantry, I'd be appreciative. Oh, we just broke them. Good. And I think we broke them in a way that was consistent and, most importantly, effective. Which is what you need, basically. We lost 920 men, they lost all but 6 of theirs. All 3 armies obliterated, and the town garrison. In one decisive action, we took that town. There we go. There we go. Excellent. Because we don't have machine guns, and that will help. Well, excellent. That is that battle. 4,000 killed in a single engagement. That was an excellent, excellent battle. And that is a Buddhist temple in this town, which means we can then... do we need more? Does it do anything? Not really. I'm not going to upgrade it. Don't really use charge that much. Working on ramming so that the ocean can do ramming things. That's fine so far. Let's bring her home to her base. Then we are going to shell again, which is beautiful. And it is now bang on 7 o'clock. So, thank you everybody so much for joining me. I hope you've had a fantastic evening. I know I have. If those of you watch Brew Ships, you'll see me in Brew Ships. If you don't, well, you won't. Either way, take care everybody, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.